Okie dokie. Oh. Let's see here. How are we doing? Something is happening. It's asking me to configure something correctly. Not sure exactly what the issue is there, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. Let's load up a blender. Get it going here. Okay. So this is where we left off. Kind of this rock block out. Let's see. Let's see if my hello, how are you? Let's see if my tablet is set up correctly and is going to play nice today. And I will continue to dig into this rock business. This time, I did not make the mistake of not having reference. So I have reference. I probably won't need to use it for a good little bit yet. I'm still very much in the planning phase, but thank you. It's really just very, very rough block out of this rock. And I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Like, the UV seam, you can see it from far away. I have no idea why. Why is that? When I go close, you can't see it at all. What the heck? So today is probably going to be a lot of jumping between Photoshop and Blender. Because I really need to get a lot of sharp lines for stylized stone, which I mean I could do just using Blender, but it might be faster to use the lasso tool in Photoshop. We'll see. You can't really see it. It's like, it's right here. Nathan, hello. How are you? Yeah, sorry for the weird stream schedule and timing and stuff. I had a couple of business meetings I needed to go to. They went really well though, so that's a plus. Oh yeah, paint outside the texture for the seam to disappear. Let me just make sure my bleed is, oh, my bleed's only, okay. It should be at like 8 pixels. Thank you for the reminder, Burgundy Jungabitu. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, now it should actually bleed out. In fact, let's go to here and let's just go to UV editing. It's gonna show me that. Yeah, it's not bleeding right now, but I will go over the seams and we'll see if the bleed is any better. Let's see where those seams are, right there. Just gonna smooth it out. That's my base layer. Okay. Yeah, it was good. It was really, really good. Probably get to do some animation work, which would be awesome. I've been dying to really dig into it for somebody and make a decent bit of money doing it. That would be pretty sick. Plus, the company I'm going to be doing it for is actually doing something really awesome. So, it's really nice to it's really nice to know that they're actually doing something good also. What's happening here? That seam is making me angry. Why can I not smooth you? Can I smudge it? Is this a smudgeable seam? What is happening right now? Okay. That seam just, it refuses to go away. That's alright. You won't notice it from this far away. Oh, you're Leo! Heck, okay. I got it now. Hi, Leo. Yes, I also do animation, you betcha. Looks like all of us are animators here, but that's great to hear, Molten. That's awesome. Animation is like one of the most liberating art forms on the face of the planet. It's also one of the hardest. How many tries does this have? Let's take a look. 193. So 97 faces. So if it were to be triangulated, it'd be 193. Well, I mean, Leo, technically I'm not an animator either. I was never, like, formally trained, but I make animations. I wouldn't really call myself, like, air quotes, an animator, but I can do the thing. I wouldn't even call myself, like, a particularly good painter. I'm an enthusiastic amateur. Very passionate, but untrained. Okay. I'm just gonna pretend like that seam issue isn't there until I figure out how to fix it later. I just want to double check that my voice and I'm an animator. Aw, thank you. Thanks, Scoot. I appreciate that. I guess if I animate stuff, I'm technically an animator. If you turn on and off the textures, you can see how the textures really carry the model. That's the thing I love about hand painting stuff. Because, like, that's not a very good example. There we go. You can just, you can do so much. I'm a fairly seasoned animator. Can't say I'm professional either. Yeah. I mean, I guess if I get this job doing an animation, I get paid for it, I'll technically be a professional animator. The thing is, I know I can do the job, and I know I can do it well, because I'm kind of a perfectionist like that. But this needs to be significantly darker right here. Right here. I am on erase. There we go. Oh, Blender's angry. I did the thing where I used the soften brush and it was huge, and then it doesn't matter what kind of rig you have, it just, your computer just dies. Also, what would this be for? You said you were working for a company. I can't really disclose what it would be for and which company, but essentially, like, I can explain what it is. It would be an explainer video. So if you're familiar with the concept of an explainer, it's just like usually a short animated video that explains an idea in an accessible and kind of very concise way. The company that's hired me had some issues kind of conveying their message with the format they were using before. And so, yeah, they just want to... They want to be able to present their kind of, what their company's about in the best and most accessible way. And like I said, once some of the work's out, I'll be happy to share it with you, but suffice it to say that I believe in the work that this company's doing, so. What kind of animation? We haven't decided yet. One of the things that my architecture degree trained me to do is kind of, there's types of animations I'd like to do, that's for sure, but also the type of animation I end up doing will be whatever is best for the client. So whatever is the most efficient and effective at communicating the type of information they want. And we don't really know what that is yet. You're absolutely an animator. Thank you. I have been slowly developing a love of pixel art, as you can see by the little rip nya thing. And so I'm thinking about trying out Sprite, because I think it's just a lot easier to export clean results with Sprite than it is with Clip Studio Paint or Krita. I know you can do pixel animation in Clip Studio Paint and Krita without any issue, but so eventually I would like this stone to look like right now it looks like, I don't know, whatever. You can tell it's kind of meant to be a stone, and that's fine. But the goal is for it to look something like you would find in a Riot or Airship Syndicate game. And I'm not that good, so it's going to be an interesting journey between now and then, figuring out how we're going to get there. I do, however, like I said this time, have a lot of reference. So I'm going to reference that reference and dig in here a little bit. And one of the things I've mentioned before, and I'll say it again, is that I'm going to be really concentrating on big, medium, small. That's like the first thing I'm going to be doing, is thinking about how the shapes relate to each other. I probably need to break one of these two big ones up, actually, somewhere. In fact, I might do that right here. I should really set up my Tartarus for picture painting in Blender. Actually, I think I did. I'm just more used to using the keyboard. Let's see what this looks like if I block that out. I'm just gonna kind of carve in a chunk here and see what I get. I'm not really worried about this. I can undo it or erase it, whichever. Okay, now my light source is coming from, oops, bonked the thing. My light source is coming from this direction, so it would not be that black. That's right. That is alright. Just planning. Let's see. Maybe we do this. We give it like a shelf here. Just cut into it. Like this. Again, I'm not too worried about what it looks like right now. Just planning. Ooh. Okay, there's planning and then being very sad about how it looks. Okay, it's gonna be darkest right here, I think, right? Right where the shadow starts. And then it's gonna fill in with light some. I don't like it. Don't like that. Maybe what I can do is I'll just erase in here, fill up that space a bit with this rock. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't look terrible. I'm not in love with it yet, though. So I'm gonna just lighten this up. Top. So eventually I'm gonna have to go in and get some very light bits. You're going for a cobblestone type look? Right now I'm going for like this is nothing like what it's gonna look like. And no, not cobblestone per se. More like a rough hewn, almost raw stone that's been roughly shaped. So like this really, like I can't, it's difficult for me to express in words how far away this is from what it's going to look like when it's done. If that makes sense. Let's see. Let's grab a color here. I just want a little lighter. Basically right now I'm just value sketching. So I'm sketching in where the light is going to be. And then I will detail that later. I'll go in and figure out exactly what I want. Let's see here. I'm going to smooth that out. Makes sense? Good. Yeah. So, what do I do here? Do I put a little tiny... Let's grab this color. A little tiny bit of rock poking through? Maybe? What we could do, actually, with those parts is we could, because all of this black, none of this black is going to be remaining here, right? Like, this is probably actually going to be... Actually, let's do something for fun. I'm going to go here... I should probably name this base. That's probably less descriptive than it ought to be. Let's see what this is. Sketch. These are both image layers, so I'm actually going to merge them together. I'm going to merge the top one down. You can only do this in Ucupaint. You can only do this with image layers, so if you have this little icon right here. But you can do it, which is kind of insane, actually. Take a second, but there we go. Now I've got that on a single layer. Now what I can do is I can go here. I'm gonna make it a let's see, make it a solid color. Let's pick like a desaturated blue, something like that. I'm gonna change this to multiply. We'll brighten this up. This up. Okay, not terrible. And now no matter what I do on this layer, it's still gonna play on top of this color, right? So I can just continue to sketch, or I can shut this off and see it if I switch this back to the regular blend mode, or turn this to white. So like if I do this, I'm gonna shut that off, you can see my sketch still. But let's keep it on for now. And then we can decide if we want to paint in like sand or something, maybe. In fact, let's do that. I'm gonna do a new image, do 2048 by 2048. I'm just gonna test out a little bit of color variation here, if I can use my fingies correctly. Color. Bring that way down. Not zero down, but down. I don't know how detailed you want to go, but maybe adding hints of purple might make it look a little more interesting. For sure. Color variation is kind of... one of the first rules of stylized stuff, is making it saturated and lots of variation in color. So purple is definitely a good call in the shadows, because like I said, right now this is just a sketch. These lines are black. I may actually colorize those lines yet and then blur them out. You may only just watched your tutorial on Ucupaint, which was very helpful. Oh, I'm glad it was helpful. That's awesome. Ucupaint's like one of the best things that's ever been made. And Ucupaint is a saint for making it free. So I can get a little bit more kind of color from there. Now remember, chat, this is gonna look like Garbo for a goodly long time. But my issue with texturing in Blender has always been the lag that it causes when using the brush. Do you by chance have tips to make it less laggy? I don't generally have issues using the regular draw brush up here. But the soften brush, this one, is always laggy. And it actually makes sense that it's always leggy, because what this brush does, like if it's large at all, the amount of kind of pixel information that it has to average is very high. So like my computer is very, very strong, but if I like turn this up and then I try to blur it, it still struggles. Like, see, it chugs along there. So it doesn't matter what kind of rig you have. Having to average that many pixels is very demanding on Blender. As for the regular brush, I would say if you can, just keep it small. Like, just make it smaller. This looks very bad right now, but that's okay. Don't worry, chat, we'll get there. Always looks bad to start with. But I'm kind of giving it a little rusty, almost like a rusty, dusty feel, which I don't hate. Don't hate it. I will go in with some purple after, though. Purple's a particularly good call because my main color, if I keep the rock this color, it's going to be cool. I want my shadows to be slightly warmer. Adding some red will do that. You're welcome, Yumi. Hopefully that helps. That's the only thing I can think of, is just to keep the brush size a little bit smaller. Especially if you're using the soften brush. I can imagine that being an ore in a game. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is like it's a bit strong here actually. Let's dial that back just a bit, like that. I do want to go to oh my god, did I do the thing where I painted it on the wrong layer? Yeah, I did. Okay, that's fine. This is all on one layer now. That's all right. That is okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the purple now. So let's go to new image. Make sure I'm actually on this image when I paint. I'll have purple. Something like that. Let's test the color. Got a lot less power. We can go in here. Actually, I have an idea for what you could use for reference if you're going for an orish look. Okay. Just remember, links don't work in my YouTube chat. You'll have to post it in the Discord. Let's see. Needs to be darker. Much, much, much darker. I could make it lighter and then multiply it. Actually, I might do that. Let's try that. Grab a lighter purple, change this to multiply. How does that look? I might just be darkening it too much. I think I want more of the actual color to come through, so a little bit darker. Oh, look up Power World Aura. I don't need to. I've been playing Power World lots lately. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. I'm gonna go to lines darken here. So the reason this is light right here is because light would bounce off the ground, but for just for right now, I'm gonna dial it back some. I'm just gonna dial it in. I'll worry about the bounce light later. I'm kind of more concerned with just the form of it right now. Oh, it's looking very rough right now, chat. Ooh. Just gotta persevere. Have patience. Have to believe. Believe that I can do this. It's just gonna take some time. I think there's a couple people in chat probably who've been playing Power World. Who's been playing Power World in chat? Sound off. It's a good game. It'll be even better once all the bugs are sorted out. We had some serious issues, but we kept playing, so that's a good sign. too dark. And I'm literally just gonna go in here with an eraser in a second and knock all this back. That's way too strong. Here we go. Just pull it back, especially up here. Just trying to carve out some light, you know? Speak now or forever hold your pals. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. What is happening? Why are you not grabbing the color I want you to grab? You are grabbing the color I want you to grab. I'm just perpetually on eraser when I think I'm not. That to come in like that. Oh dear. Okay, let's erase this. I'll break up the shape after. It's fine. I just want to... I have a lot of practice painting stones. Interesting. Interesting. I'm surprised how few people actually. I know there's a couple. I know there's a couple who are lurking that play it, but I know it for a fact, chat. I have secret ways of knowing. Pull that back. Yeah. Just like you don't like Tonks, huh? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. What layer is that on? Is that on this layer? What is happening here? What are you doing? Genshin meets Pokemon with guns. It's like every kind of game you can imagine all smushed together. It's pretty great. I enjoy. I don't mind it at all. This looks a mess. It looks an absolute mess right now. That's okay. What do you suppose is happening? I have to turn it. Think. Let's go with High's sketch layer. Now I'm going to go to my tool. I'm just gonna paint it straight white right now. I know, chat. I know. Don't paint straight white. I can speak. I can say words. Watch some streamers play it, but it's not for me. Hey, you can play what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not supposed to use pure white, chat, but I'm just planning, okay? Bear with me while I plan here. I could just hear chat being like, no! No planning for you. Paint only. Rude. It's rude, chat. Let's say this is going to catch some light here. How dare you use pure white? For shame! I am ashamed! I really need it though. I need to plan this out. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I have to think really hard before I get results. Because I haven't spent a lot of time, I haven't spent nearly enough time doing it. I'm not saying professionals don't have to think. They most certainly do. It's just that they've have the benefit of having thought about it a lot. You know what I'm saying? They've already done the hard part that I am struggling with. Let's see. Something here. I think maybe we can bring this down and start very faintly kind of filling that in. Professionals have the years of experience under their belt. Exactly. By, like, you know, they'll have had a, they'll have a system kind of in place for how they deal with rocks, how they approach it. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly how I think about it. That's why, like, one of my friends asked me the other day, like, aren't you scared to be streaming making art if you're not a professional? And I was like, no. I think it's probably pretty good to show people that the process is slow, difficult, full of mistakes. That's just the nature of the thing. Pure white doesn't look so bad. Yeah, it doesn't look so bad. I feel like the blue's kind of bleeding through it. Oh, I spilled coffee all over my shirt. No. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, I'm a monolith. I don't wear shirts. What are you talking about? I'll just press to digitate it off. Vibrate. I'll give myself a sonic shower. Okay. Alright, what happens? Chat, what happens if I smudge this out this way? Think it looks garbo? Let's see over and under on it, not looking garbo. I just want to try it out and we'll see. We're gonna see what we get when we bring this into Photoshop also. And then we'll make a decision from there. Oh, so wet. Chat. Oh, I made a mistake. Seems to add some nice texture. I agree. It's definitely, yeah, I have. Maybe I should open up the reference in Blender. But right now, it's fine. I'm kind of just trying to indicate where the high parts of the rock are right now, right? Like, this is gonna help me add shadow and stuff, and I'm trying to break up each of these kind of chunked shapes that I've made here into pleasing kind of big, medium, and small shapes. And I know you've heard me say it a million times, but if there's one thing I could teach anybody at all, it's balance out your big, medium, and small shapes. That's like everything you make. It doesn't matter whether it's like anything, even if it's like text. Probably the best thing you can do for yourself is learn to balance big, medium, and small shapes. Let's see. Sketch, grab this color. I did not grab the correct color. There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna tackle it one little tiny bit at a time. And we're not gonna panic, chat. I have my towel. I'm set. If anybody got that reference, let me know. Sure, one of you'll get it. One of you knows. Don't lie to me, chat. One of you knows what that means. Okay. Let's just remember, gonna look like garbage for a bit. It's fine. 80% garbo, 15% meh, 5% wow. I did it. Let's go! Or Noodle got it. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, big shape, medium shape, small shape. They're very regular though. So maybe what I do is I just kind of break it up a little bit. I'm ashamed to admit that I did not get that reference. Nathan, you gotta either listen to or read or watch The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. How are you ever going to enjoy a Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster if you don't know what it is? I suspect you will enjoy it. Okay, starting to take on a little more shape. I want it to be darker here, though. So I'm going to pull this part in, and I'll go back to the lines here and erase it. I want to tighten that up. Just want to straight up erase it. Here. Darker bit. What's it about? Oh, it's about, was it Arthur Dent? Is that his name? It's Earth gets blown up and one human survives and travels the galaxy. Yeah, actually, that's pretty much the best synopsis you could. Pretty much the best synopsis you could do. I'm impressed. Okay, I like this shape, but we're gonna pull it in a bit. I'm gonna rein it in a little bit, because the light. Where's the light? Light's coming from here, right? Okay, look, chat. Now, all of a sudden, because I have an edge here, right? Remember I said in the previous things that a lot of painting is how you manage your edges and value contrast. Now that I have an edge here, if I pull out, this looks like this part's facing up and then it gets flat right there, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm actually going to go in here. Whoopsies, that's the wrong color. Why is it the wrong color? What's happening? I'll take a guess, chat. I was on the eraser again. Good heavens. Can I erase? Actually, let's erase this. What's happening? I'm losing my mind. What if I put this in mix? Oh, wow. Interesting. It's a very simplified version. There's a lot and kind of goes all over the place. Arthur Dent is the human's name. Actually, I'm planning on writing my own story that was supposed to have a similar vibe to The Hitchhiker's Guide, so I read it a lot. It's an absolute staple of my literary history. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That's a bit better. Now, this part on the left there, I think I'm just going to make this into a teardroppy shape. I'm going to draw. I'm erasing. I don't want to erase. I want to grab this color. Why are you on the smear brush? Oh, no. Here we go. Why are you on the eraser? Ah! Struggle bus! Here we go. Opacity down some. Just tighten up that edge. There we go. Starting to look like it's got some volume. Wouldn't call myself a writer. I think we all have stories in our heads we want to tell. Isn't that why we get into doing what we're doing? By the way, do you do any other forms of art other than 3D? Yeah, I mean, I do 2D. I've put videos out about it. I'm less good at 2D, I think, than I am at 3D. Obviously, I do video editing and content creation. What else do? I do graphic design professionally. Yeah. I mean, I have a project I'm working on that is gonna take a lot of time, but I want to finish the trailer for it. The really super scuffed version of the trailer is up on my Patreon, and it's not very exciting to look at, but it definitely gets the kind of gist across. Let's see here. I want this color. Only wrote the intro and made some beat points, but had a hard time moving the story along, so I've been on hold for years. I think one of the things I hear from people is that that it's okay, like people who have ended up actually finishing writing things, is it's pretty normal for it to kind of just cook for a while. I think that's pretty normal. Let's brighten this up some. Switch to my eraser. I'm literally just gonna cut that out. Make some sharp kind of. Let's leave it round actually for now. That's fine. It's definitely starting to take on the definition I'm hoping to get, which is really good. That's very promising, chat. It's just the way it goes. Takes a while. It's gonna look like Garbo forever, and then it'll start to actually look like a thing. That's my favorite part, when it starts to look like a thing. Nice. Heck yeah. Yeah, I think I'd be surprised, frankly, if there wasn't a little bit of storyteller in every single artist, right? I mean, I remember being inspired just because of how good the art was I was looking at when I was growing up, but I think that as time goes on, you kind of can't help but want to tell your own story. Maybe it's in yellow in the highlights. Let's try it. Definitely warm it up a little, right? Give it some kind of contrast to the blue. Let's do it up here. Some color. Bring it nice and bright. I'm gonna create a new image. Go put it on screen. How do I want to do this? Think about this. Basically, ancient Rome meets the wall concept from AOT. You can make it warm by making the shadows warmer. Very likely what I'm going to do is making the shadows warmer. Because, again, one of the color theory things is if your main color is cold, make your shadows warm, and vice versa, right? So maybe what I'll do is I will take the, what's this purple? What's happening on the purple layer right now? Anything? Is there anything valuable happening on this layer? No, get rid of it. Okay, save it. And delete that layer also. So here's my darken layer. I'm gonna duplicate it. Set it to mix. Alright, let's set it to overlay instead. Just want to take a look at it. Alright. Now here's one of the amazing things about Ucupaint. The MCs are in a place where there are daily death matches and are trying to get out. What's AOT? Attack on Titan? Am I reading that correctly? Okay, check this out, chat. This is insane. So, one of the great things about Ucupaint is the ability to add these modifiers. So, you've seen me use color ramp before, but I can use brightness contrast, which is insane. Right? Super, super good. Brightness down, turn it up. Use a color ramp to squish it, which is pretty neat. Don't actually hate that. I might put it on like a little bit. Just give it some extra texture. Maybe a little bit more. Ucupaint being free is insane. I know, Leo. It's absolutely mind-boggling that that's the case. So this is actually not terrible. I kind of like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll save. And I'm going to merge this down. I'm just going to merge it down to my next layer because it's basically giving me free color variation. What just happened? Oh, the blend modes are different. Wait, are they? I'm not sure what just happened. I may have just encountered a limitation of Ucupaint. Alright, let's do this. Leave it where it is here. This is where it was. It's a bit light on the bottom there, but if I back up, it's starting to get the look I want, right? You can see there's highlighted parts. Let's maybe smear this out a little bit more. It's gonna chug a little bit because smear is also averaging. It's just not to the same degree that the soften brush is. Yeah, Ucupaint has made something really, truly fantastic with this. And I know Blender is planning to implement its own layer-based texturing system this year, but I just don't imagine it's going to be as good as what Ucu's put together here. Save. Okay, let's see. Let's maybe get this part highlighted up here. Nice bright color. Well, I actually told Ucupaint he should do that. He should submit it because a lot of times when people are doing like free add-ons like that, they can just like there's so many add-ons that have been implemented in Blender that are that were just created by people in the community, and they just become absorbed, like become standard. Like I think Node Wrangler is one of them. There's like a billion of them. Anyway, I was of the opinion that they should just use Ucu's because it's so bloody good. But come across like this maybe. Let's get a little bit later. come across like, oopsies, maybe come across like this. Is that better? Oh, what are we thinking? I don't like that shape. That's better. Yeah, I'll probably stick with the Ucupaint too, like for the conceivable future. I mean, this just, like, how easy is it for me to paint this thing with layers? It's insane. It's so easy. It's ludicrously easy. I remember trying to figure out, like when I first started trying to figure out texture painting in Blender, and it was a bloody nightmare. Wouldn't that part be in shadow? Well, it depends. Maybe, yeah, maybe what we do, let's do that. Let's take this color. I'm just gonna fill it in here, along here. Like this. And then let's shadow that a little bit. I don't want it completely dark, but darker. Yeah, the thing is, maybe here. Like that. Eraser again. I'm always erasing. Dial it in. Ooh, that's better. That's definitely better. Yeah, warm up the shadows after. This is still really, really light, so it's. You will get some bounce light down there, but I'm not worried about it right now. Go in and touch it up later. Just want to make sure I'm on the right track, carving out these kind of chunks. Alright, maybe we go here now. Very big shape. Big, big, big shape. So I'm gonna lighten it up a bit. Okay, that is too much. So let's dial it in here a little bit. Split it up like that. And have it curl around maybe. Like that. Very, very thick right now. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's a lot of fun. And that's very encouraging. I appreciate that. Right. Let's grab this here. Play with the idea of pulling that down some. See what it looks like. Okay. I don't hate that. Let's maybe again like this. Well, I appreciate it nonetheless. It's really encouraging because I haven't. It just feels good to know that all the practice I put in is paying off. You know, and it's nice when someone else can see that. I appreciate it. I'm gonna smear. I've been obsessed with kind of learning Riot and Airship Syndicate, like just a stylized kind of painterly style for forever. So one of the great things about having the time to stream now is that I can practice a lot, which is flippin' awesome. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure I love that. Let's dial it back. I'm just gonna knock it back some. It's fine, but I'm gonna knock it back. Maybe even more than that. Smooth it out. Because I think I want this at the top here. Where's my color? Grab this color, put it up. Alright, let's see. Kind of want it to go something like this. Tapping. Also enjoying the chilling from your streams? Heck yes. Chill is the vibe we are going for. Just get to chill and make some art. What's better than that? Not much. Ooh, there we go. Okay, let's give it a little bit of this action here. A little bit. So I accepted the offer to review the tablet, chat. And I just need to give them my shipping, like PO box information, and they're gonna send it along. And once I get it, I have a month to do the review. But here's the thing, chat. I already have a tablet. So, you know what I'm thinking? What do I do with the spare tablet? Why don't I give it away? Why don't I do a giveaway? I should, you know? I do need to first, now, hey, hold on, wait, hold up. Before we get too excited, I need to check on some legal business about giveaways first. I just have to do that because I need to make sure that it's all G to do that. But that's what I'm thinking, chat. Thinking it would be good, since I already own one, to give it away. Give the new one away. I have no idea how I'll go about doing that quite yet. You know? But that's the thought. That's the thinking. Right now. Did that help or make that worse? That made it much worse. Will you have the money for the shipping though? Yeah, I'll pay for the shipping. That's fine. That's alright. If there's somebody out there who needs a tablet, and I get a tablet for free, and it's gonna make a huge difference in whether or not they can pursue art, then yeah, I'll pay for the shipping. Come on. I think I can manage that. Unless it's like several $100s. But I don't think it would be. I might have to restrict it to, like, you know, North America. Maybe. We'll see. I still don't even know, like I said, I still don't even know what the, like, eligibility, like if there are rules about where I can ship them or what through YouTube, so. Just gotta be safe. You know what I'm saying? Still a new YouTuber, not sure exactly what the business is. But just want to make sure I do it right. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna give me the tablet. I made sure in the email I asked them, like, I just need to be absolutely sure I can do I can give an honest review, and they were like, yep. So I mean, I'm using a Huion right now, and I love it, so I can't really complain. I imagine the next one, the one I'm gonna try, is gonna be good as well. This is making some decent progress from where we started, I have to say. Still nowhere near where I'd like it to be, and there's not enough color variation yet, but alright, chat. I have to use the washroom, so you know what time it is? It's Kirby driving up and down the street time. You ready? Here we go. And already I'm out of your restrictions to North America. Okay, well, how about, you know what? Here, I'll get back to you on this. I'll check if, I'll check what the international shipping rates are. And, we'll see. Because I would very much like to give the tablet away, basically. But it's a bathroom break for me, so enjoy some... Made it. Chat, I survived. Alright. Let's see. I'll bring that color up a little bit. Like that. I want to... I'm moving away, zooming out, and I'm squinting so I can get a thing. Okay, Nathan, we'll see you in a bit. I'll be on for a while yet, so at least another hour. We'll see what kind of progress you can make with this thing here. Thanks for stopping by. as always. This on smear. So even for just a little color variation here is fine. What is this? Why did I do that? That doesn't make any sense. Well, maybe it does. Maybe it does, but I'm gonna erase it for now. Get ye gone. There we go. This layer's got that business here. This, so what's happening right now, why you can see the geometry occasionally, is because of the way I think Blender projects its brushes. So if it's past the fall off angle, it does some weird stuff and just kind of locks to the geometry, which I hate, obviously, because it makes it look awful, but you have to go in and smear it out. And in the end, in this case, because it's stone, it just adds to, you know, just texture variation, which is fine, but not always what you want. Okay, I feel like this needs to be a little bit darker in here. Right in here. This is going to have some light bounced off of it, right? So it's going to be a little bit lighter there. It's maybe a bit strong. I really want to dial that back. I want it darker, but it should bounce some of that light. For sure. Although we can get like a little bit more contrast there. Something like that. How's that look from far away? Okay, looks like it's catching some of the light. It's not quite in the right spot though. Just gonna fine tune it a bit. Just going to fine tune up. I smell a smell. A smelly smell that smells smelly. Let's blend that out. It's more blending. Blending in Blender. Okay. Tell you what, chat, it's starting to look like rocks. That's very promising. Let's turn the eraser back on. Blend that out. I want it to be sharp. So I'm just going to blend it a little bit on the edge. This can all be tidied up. Oopsies, tidied up later, but A nice sharp edge on that. Let's see. I think now we can split this part. So I'll go here. I'm gonna sketch in a... What's happening? Ooh, Blender scared me there. Scared me there for a second. Oh. Excuse me. I got attacked by a froge. Had a froge in my throat. Alright. What are we doing here? What was I doing before I almost died? Oh yeah. Okay. Let's put this like this. Something like that. Yes. Jeez. This way. Don't mind me, chat. I have one fewer lung now than I did a minute ago, but I only need one. I'll survive. Yeah, I'm alright. Oh man, that was rough. Coffee saved me. Okie dokie. It's looking a bit better. Tiny eraser, gonna come in here and darken this up just a smidge. Here. Back the really harsh shadows. It's not quite so extreme. This I can... let's see actually. Okay, let's do this here. What does that mean? There we go. Would like kind of get this kind of shape in there. Let's do that. Let's see. Do I like it or do I hate it? It's a bit big.
It's actually fine as it is.
I must also dip, but I hope the rest of the stream goes well. Thanks for coming by, Uro Noodle. We'll see you soon. Yeah, on Thursday, possibly. Should be the next stream on time on Thursday, so. We will see you then. To our highlights, go to draw, make sure I'm not erasing, select the correct color, gonna lighten it up a little bit. I'm just gonna sketch in here, let's see. I want it to look like, maybe come in a little bit here. Along that ridge. Why did my color change? Because I changed layers somehow. Yeah, actually, maybe along here. Let's make this bigger. Let's see, do I like it or do I not? I do, sort of. Oh, doorbell. That might be for me. Hold on 1 second, chat. I will be right back. Oh, chat. Exciting times. It was indeed the thing I was waiting for. Top secret, super secret, awesome goodness. Alright, let's figure out this corner of the rock. What do we think? I am really concentrating on this angle right now. That's alright. I will deal with kind of the rest of it after. I really just want to figure out this part of it right now. Just where the highlights are going. Design the shape a little bit. Turn that way down. Let's see. That's not a bad bit of difference right there. Amazing what the paint can do. Let's see. Right. I'm gonna test something here. I'm gonna bring this all the way up. Bring the opacity, something like that. And I'm gonna go in here. I'm just gonna paint in some very, very bright highlights. I just want to see what it looks like. Let's see. This place is gonna catch the most light. Oh yeah. Let's do the same thing here. Let's just see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm not convinced about that one. This one's fine. This one's fine. Maybe up here. I really want to zoom in for this because I want the line weight of these kind of highlights to be very, very small. This side's actually what's going to get it here. That maybe, yes, okay. Let's see. Probably going to smear them out this way. To make them look like a contiguous kind of contiguous highlight. Same thing here. All right, Nathan. Should be streaming next on Thursday, but thanks for stopping by as always. And hopefully I'll catch you then. Have a good day. We'll see you later. Yeah, that extra little bit of contrast makes a huge difference. What I might do to draw. Let's grab this here. Well, we're gonna have to do that on a different layer. That's fine. Let's see. Okay, probably highlight here. What are you doing, Quinn? What you doing? One of the cats is examining areas that he can pee on that aren't his litter box. So I'm keeping an eye on him. Straight up to white. Bring this down. Wait, just from here. But there was a setting where you could make the brush always stay the same size. But, well. You know what I could do, actually? Probably will do. It's not what I wanted to do. Create a new window in between here. Go to 3D viewport. This is material preview from here. Where am I? Right there. I'm just putting this right here so I can see what I'm doing as I work. Bits that are gonna catch light. Might put a few more in there. Shut my pressure opacity off. Actually, nope, that didn't look very good, so I'm gonna turn it back on. I think I need to sharpen this line up. So I'm gonna go to lines darken. Make sure I'm on the draw tool. I think for this I'm going to change my stroke to line. Use the opacity. Just want to get it nice clean cut here. Some light reflected on it there, but it's going to be quite that much. Also, we probably lead into this a little bit more. Just knock it back a little bit. Starting to do the job, chat. Very exciting. Kind of want to fix that. Decide what I'm doing there. The shapes, these shapes are very samey. These top ones. Okay, just cut into that a bit. Now they're even more samey. Let's get rid of that entirely. Get rid of that bottom part. Okay, it's better. What am I seeing? Trying to picture what my eyeballs are seeing in 3D. Okay, this part I like. This part I like. I like this part also. I need to do something about this corner here. And then, probably, let's maybe go here. Make this nice and weak. And I'm just gonna come in here and dial this back a little bit, just a smidge. Actually let's do this. Start adding a little bit of color in there. We're on multiply, so you're not going to get a ton of color. But cross stroke, you'll see there's some little bit of color in there. And some color variation. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make this red. I'm going to break the rules entirely. Red. Let's just warm it up. Let me just see what this is doing, and if I like it or not. Because I'm on multiply, I can probably, there we go. Bring it a little bit down. Excuse me. I think what I might do, actually, I'm going to save quick, is I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to shut this bottom one off. I'm going to set this one to mix for right now. Saturation. I'm going to tint it until it's all nice and warm. Like that. Go here. Try it on different blend modes. See if there's anything I like. Maybe a little bit on screen, honestly. Just a tiniest little bit. Yes, screen, but like 7%. Not very much at all. And then I will, let's see what we get when we paint over that. Whoopsies. No, go back. Yeah, screen 7%. Okay, save. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to say warm. I'm just going to call it warm because all I'm going to do is go into these areas here. Like that. And let's see. Try soft light. Just going to add a little bit of color variation. It's actually kind of crazy how much that adds, just that little bit of color. Style that back quite a bit. I'm really trying to be very, very gentle with how much of this I add. Not adding a whole lot. I'm focused more towards the dark parts. Here. very, 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 very lightly erasing all over this dark layer. Because I want to pull it back from such a super dark value. Still enough for it to read is what it is. I'm gonna go to highlights, draw, toggle the eraser. I'm gonna grab this color. What I might do is go to stroke, this line again, just so I can get some angular shapes in there. Big, big, small. I don't really love that it's dead center, so I'm gonna push it a little bit, something like this. Something like that. Change this back to space, which is the default. My draw tool. Nice and light. It's too bright, I'm just going to blur it out a little bit. Doesn't feel like that's the right kind of spot for that highlight, so I'll knock it back some. Take it out entirely. Nope. Actually, I want to toggle eraser, full strength. I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to just sharpen this up. Like that.
My soul is blooming.
Bring that all super bright already. Okay, that's good.
I'm through pain.
Don't want to erase. We on the line still? Yeah, we are.
I'm doing.
Stroke, I'm going to put back to space.
Looking for gain. Just like Kid Cudi, grabbing to my own drum. Don't call me nutty, boy, for me it's too glum. I'm making music, you want some. I'm making music, turn it on.
Okay.
Focus, my dreams are reality.
Do I or do I not like that?
My dreams are reality.
Oh, goodness gracious.
My dreams are reality.
Just gonna knock it back some. No, I don't like it. Get rid of it. Take it out. Alright, chat, this is the part where I have to use my brain. Have I mentioned before that it hurts to use my brain? Sometimes? I think I have. I want to give it some edge highlights here because rock is like a very, can be very shiny, can be reflective. Maybe just a little bit more. Something here. I really want to zoom in for these. I just want them to be super tight little highlight lines. I don't want the line weight to be very much at all. I definitely want that contrast on the edges. I think I can probably dial that one back in a little right there, but nice. You don't really need a lot more tools than that, frankly. The smear, the soften. That's all you need. Okay, here, just erase that. I think we can brighten this up some more. Careful here though. I really want saturation down even more. Real brightness to it. I actually don't want it less saturated. It's not working for me. It's better. Turn it right up. There we go. I think what's going to help sell this a lot is getting these edges sorted out so that they look like edges instead of just kind of blurry, indistinct things. So the more I tighten them up, the better they're going to feel. This with the eraser. Up some more still. Yes, there we go. You know what? I think actually this needs to be darker. Right here. It's doesn't feel exactly right. So let's do a quick test layer. All I'm gonna do is go over this. Smidge. Let's take that off the line. Back onto space. I'm gonna brighten up this bottom a little bit. Really kind of undoing the intensity of the earlier kind of sketch. There's a lot of very, very dark values there. Too dark. It's starting to do the thing. I'm sure this would go about a zillion times faster if I had more practice. Let's do this. If I were better at rocks. Should dial this down just a smidge. Let's fill this back up. This should probably... It's gonna follow that. Because this goes up like this, it's gonna actually go like this. There we go. I'm gonna make it look like it's shaded by that. Like that, maybe. It's starting to look like rock. Let's check out these highlights here. Maybe right here. Oopsies. Alright, we're gonna smear this. Blend it out a little bit. And then we'll see what it looks like after that. If I need to tweak it and dial it in, do that, no problem. I think we can just soften it a bit. Not quite that much, maybe we'll smear it. I'm gonna tap it. Tap smear. This. Smear it out of existence, I think. There we go. Let's make sure I'm on here. Good. That's a little more brightness. Oh, why is this so strong? My hand is not doing what I want it to do, chat. It's betraying me. Betrayed. If I want this to look like it's curving up here slightly, it's so strong, okay. Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's really interesting because it takes such a long time for me at this point that I really forget where I started. And it's come quite a long way since when we started the stream. So I'm actually quite pleased with this. I'm not super upset about the progress we've made so far. Definitely starting to look like what I'm hoping it would look like. Okay. Here's the deal, chat. I have to head off in about 3.5 minutes, but I'm gonna do one more little thing before we go. I'm just gonna fill in this spot here. Probably shouldn't do quite that much because it's still at the top of this thing. You know what, actually, I should do. Should not erase it, drawing. I'm gonna make another piece of like bright stone here. Top. We'll kind of pick that up next time. We'll just sketch in a little bit of light there. Let's maybe erase this part of it. nice light version of this, highlight the bottom, and then I think we'll call it for today. You ever see this? A little couple of pixels. I'm not sure why that happens. It's really not the end of the world, but it is annoying. I will say that. Do I need that? I don't think I do. Well, chat, that's a lot of progress from where we started. I probably should have taken a picture. But, you know, it's starting to actually look like stylized stone. And let's just go to object mode so you can see. So this is the geometry. And this is with paint. That's why I love hand painting so much. But we are coming up on 2 hours, chat. I've got some other business I got to attend to today, but it was good to stream. Get some practice in. And yeah, it'll be really good to stream again on Thursday. Catch up with everybody. And I do have another video coming soon. Not super soon, but soon enough. It's going to talk about quick edit and how to use it with Ucupaint. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. And whoever else is in chat, hopefully I will see you on Thursday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be streaming again. We can pick up where we left off with this rock and see if we can get it to look really good. Alright, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I love y'all. Deuces.